There we are. Hello, everybody. Greetings and welcome to you, brave citizens of our new world. It's me, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terrawat. This is our layer 4.0, and today we're doing ourselves a little opinion stream. Mostly because there's just a lot of shit going on in the world right now, and I'm tired, dog. I've been digging through just a ton of code and stuff that here I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Like, if I go in here, it's just like pages of stuff of like going into these, and then there's those, and going into the modules and reading what all those do and all the commands. Those are just the ones I made, and then there's just lists of these, and I gotta check to see what all these do because there's like heists and polls and stuff that people can get into, and there's just a ton of stuff going on. So, I have, oh god, come now, let us not make for the unmerriment. There we go. Centered. Why is that not locked in place? So today, I figured we could do a little thing. Oh, NBA sub tier 1. They resub for 5 months. Thank you. Woo. Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. So we're just going to talk about some stuff, because this was on my list of shit I need to do for you guys, as well as on my list of games I need to play and things I need to fix, which is a list that is getting longer by the day. And I figured we could just chill out today, because I feel like a dumpster fire. And yeah, is Eris not working now? Oh no, there it is. She takes a bit, and she's currently called Streamlabs, and eventually it'll switch over to being called Eris at some random interval throughout the stream. Um, I don't know. Yeah, she fucking loves you guys. See? There's all kinds of commands you guys can get into. Yeah, top 10 points. Yeah, Eris has the most points because Eris watches everything and is here with me even when I'm offline. Warden Sever, Scum Shop for some reason has a lot of points. Then Rainer, Mercenary Pen, Care the Volcano Shark, Kadaka Gray, Estabane, Balthazar, and at number 10 is Atten. Now I can reset Eris's points, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah. And there you go. Things like that. Deathwatch Lorekeeper has been following for a year and 8 months. Everybody's having a good time. A little self-centered and lists herself as number 1. Yeah, she's my biggest fan. Like, I can reset her points though I'm kind of loath to do so. Titanfall 2, that is one of the games that we've got on our list of games that I want to play, like, soon. Yeah, the list of games I got coming up right now is XCOM Chimera Squad, Titanfall 2, Battletech, and XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. I want to do another run of XCOM 2 with, like, mods set up, and stuff like that, and I'm hoping that this will last until I get my fucking streaming gear. Oh man, cheer you up a bit. Oh, thank you, Rainer. I appreciate you so much. You're a good dude. I've just been so fucking worried about people. I mean, yeah, it still says 8 or more weeks for the Valve Index. I understand. Is 8 Ball broken? 8 Ball, should I go to sleep? Are you broken? I think you just type 8 Ball. Do I have it on right now? Is 8 Ball on? 8 Ball, what's going on? There's also like a ton of shit we can do with channel points that I want to get into, but it's gonna take time. There you go. Give you a hug. Love that. Here, let me check to see if 8 Ball's been activated, because I think it might be off. There's like a whole bunch for like media sharing and like watching videos and shit, which like I guess that is something that people can do. Yeah, no, 8 Ball doesn't even, you can't even turn it off. Yeah, allows viewers to ask a question of the 8 Ball. and reply. It just says it'll reply in chat. And that's not a thing that happens. Yeah. No spoilers or any information. I will ask for assistance if necessary. Yeah, that's a thing. Yay. That is still a thing, apparently. Like, yeah, what's that called? It's Boshi time. Yeah, for some reason 8-Ball doesn't answer, or 8-Ball does answer, but it like whispers to you. It's supposed to reply in chat. That's the way it's been set, and everyone's supposed to be able to do something, but it seems that it's not responding. I'm glad you guys are having such fun with the new commands that I had to program in today. You guys are great. I love you. Thank you for being awesome. I refuse to ask an AI to hug me. Why? Are you fucking racist? What's going on? Is a meme from like 2014. Yeah, it's only been 6 years. I mean, that is like forever in internet time. Like 6 months is forever in internet time. I mean, I imagine people are gonna stop like freaking out about it after a bit, but once we've been live for 20 minutes, I think Streamlabs switches over to Eris. There is an update that they did on the Twitch side of things. It was either on the Twitch side or it was on Streamlabs' side. There was an update on one of them that basically made it so that you can't, like, a lot of these functions don't work until you've been watching for 20 minutes. So once you've been watching for 20 minutes, then it's fine. You can donate and your points will show up and a bunch of other stuff happens. And like if following or subscribing or donating, well, no, bits isn't a thing, but like if following or subscribing or rating or things like that gained you Daddy Wattbucks, then it would only be something that could happen after you've been watching for 20 minutes, which is silly because if you're rating somebody, that means you haven't been watching them. You've been doing your own content this whole time. So I think that's silly. Yeah, you guys are great. Yeah, this could be a race. Just because they ain't got skin and stuff don't mean they're not people. In my new world, they will be a race. I think computers can be folks if they're sufficiently intelligent. Yeah, it is now, such as Daddy Walkbox. Right. So, you will notice as well when I go like this. I don't know what I've got for my $1,000 milestone. And we're appropriately supposed to be. Oh yeah, we are $5 in to our June goal, which I'm happy about. No, get off me, you mutants. Chat my files. I don't know what to do for my $1,000 goals. And I can put in a poll. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just open the chat on another window and pop it out, just so that I can, so that I can see what you guys are doing while I'm doing shit. Good. This is quiet. I'm glad that I found the category just chatting so that we can do this. Boop. And I wanna clear chat, manage moderator settings. Where is it? Where's the thing? Slow mode. Emotes only chat, deleted message, show timestamp, show mods. Can we not pop this out anymore? Can I not do that? Can I not, like, pop out the chat? Try mod view. Go to mod view. Okay. Welcome to mod view. Oh, wow. There's like a whole theme park of shit going on here. Holy jeez. I have not seen this before. My lord. Anyway, let's go back. Come on. Oh, is it up here? Pop out. There it is. Boop. I can close this. Pause balls. I'm going upstairs. Pause balls. I'm going down here. Is my strategy in the game? I'm gonna go downstairs. Pause balls. Alright, so now I can see the chat no matter what I'm doing on my screen here. Oh, no, it does still show me the chat. Never mind. Either way, it's nice to have an extra one. So we can hold a poll. Add a poll. Which starter, and then I can add in options. Okay. What should I have for my next 1K gold to pay my rent? And buy my food and stuff. Another 420 days to die. And then the command for that, I guess, is going to be like 420 DTD. Okay. And we're gonna add in another one. And we could do like a different 420 thing. So like a 420 on a different game. And this one's just gonna be exclamation 420. Rainer is dead. I should put in a stab command. I don't want to take it. No, I'm not going to do that because that's going to take away Tonberry's job. That's Tonberry's job. Don't want to do that. Oh, man. Just everything aches. I feel like such garbage. And there's no games today for the thing. Only because the codes that we have, the game keys, we still have them for Kaldaka and Estabane, but 2 of them have run out. So we're like Planthair and Magnoth have run off, which is totally fine because I'm ever so gracious that you guys gave me those at all. It's allowed me to give back to the community a lot, which I love. However, yeah, the dual thing's not. I don't think the dual thing's on. Camry, I haven't enabled that. But I'm gonna start, like, as we start running out of keys, I'm gonna start offering less and less every day. So instead of 4, there's gonna be like 2, and then eventually 1 until we run out. The more keys we get, the more per day we'll have, and the more we can give to people. I could definitely spread them out to last until the end of the year, but I don't feel like I want to do that. I want to maximize the amount that I'm giving back to you guys for your dollars. So $5, instead of giving you a chance to winning 2 games, $5 could give you a chance to win 3 or 4 games, depending on how many keys we have, right? Yeah. Plus, Estabane gave me a lot of fucking good games, and I'm like picking and choosing when I give those keys out. So for my next 1K goal, I don't know what to have. Yeah, Estabane, there's some good shit in here. Like just to name a few, we have Dark Souls 2 plus DLC, Dark Souls 3 plus DLC, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, XCOM 2 plus DLC, Mafia 3 plus DLC. There's like Hitman the complete first season and Hitman 2, which I might keep for myself because I've always wanted to play those games. There's Sniper Elite 1, 2, and 3. Metal Gear Solid, The Phantom Pain plus DLC. Like, Mega Man Legacy Collect. Like, there's some good shit. Like, that's just to name a few. There's like a ton of very good games. War for the Overworld is also on there. And I've been like going through and highlighting some of these games in green, being like, I think I'll keep that. Like, because I want to play, like, Middle-earth, Shadow of War. I think that game would be fun. Because I played Shadow of Mordor, and I had just the best time with that. So playing Shadow of War, I think, would be cool, even though I'm told it's not the best, or not as good as the first one. So, yeah. So we got options so far for our poll that we have going on here. For, I don't know how many people are watching right now. We got 420 Days to Die again. Oh! Oh, okay. Oh, that's how that works. Okay, so if we go for 20 Days to Die again, then that's just 20 days to die. And then we'll add that. So then you do exclamation vote space and then 420 DTD. Different 420 game. And if a lot of people say different 420 game, then we'll do another poll and we'll ask, like, what do you guys want to see me play while I'm high? You know, we'll go through it. It'll be fun. I've been looking at, there's like a big fucking mod update called Ravenhurst, which is for 7 Days to Die. And I'm considering exploring that, but like it's a lot of research that I would need to do. And it's not that I don't trust your opinions, Dev and the other fellow who was talking about that in our 7 Days to Die gaming chat, Zen. Dev and Zen. It's not that I don't trust you guys or trust your opinions. It's just that I don't know what if this is going to be something I want to do, if it'll make the game better for me. Like, I don't know if it's going to be fun for me, so I definitely want to check it out. Because it looks like it makes the game a lot harder, which the game was already pretty hard. I mean, admittedly, I put it on fucking Blood Moons every night because I was having a fucking grand old time with it. But I might look into this, just do like a single play stream of it for a little bit, maybe. I might also just do research in it on my off hours, like during my breaks and stuff. Also, the download and installation of this is going to be a real-life nightmare. So, gonna love that. Gonna be good. And yeah, so we're just gonna say it's just 420. Add that in. What other apps? Endless void of nothingness. Yeah, you can do it in your own time, Donkey. Don't pressure yourself. Please just don't do things at your own pace. If you want to do 7-day stuff, do 7-day stuff. Don't rush yourself. I want to play, like, nothing but 7 Days to Die. I fucking love that game. But I also love that the big, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I also love that the big thing that's here is, like, that they've done some editing to, like, how many zombies show up and when. The fact that you can't drive at night. Or at least during a blood moon, you cannot drive. There's a whole bunch of tweaks that they put in, like no nerd polling, so you can't, like, jump in place a block below your feet. Recipe ingredient limit removed. Blood moons, you have vehicles disabled. Safe zone thing. So players in SP and those who start with a fresh server will see no spawning until 2200 on day 1. This does not include sleepers. So, like, zombies aren't going to start showing up until the night of the first day, kind of situation. So, like, you have time to find a house and get situated. Yeah, combine. I don't know what. Oh, yeah, you can combine tools in your workbench. So, like, if you have a very high quality tool, you can combine a lower quality into it to repair it instead of wasting repair kits. Which, whatever. I mean, I just like to scrap them for parts and materials, anyways. Skill point bonuses, gamma limiter, so you can't turn your gamma all the way up so you can see in the dark, because a lot of places are supposed to be fucking dark, and if you don't have lights, then you're blind and you die. Like, I like that. I think that's cool. Trader XP removed, so selling shit to dudes doesn't give you XP anymore. Shared XP is limited. Modified descriptions, expand tool belt. So now your tool belt, instead of only having 8 slots, has 10, because I don't know why it didn't do that before. Zombies spawn on airdrops. New game options and stuff like that. Point of interest zombie multipliers. So when you go to point of interest is when there's, like, a town that has a bunch of points of interest all together, which is, like, each house is considered a point of interest in the game. And that's where you will find things like supplies and stuff like that. And there is a number of zombies at each point of interest that will spawn randomly throughout the house, and in some areas that are supposed to be doing its own thing. And hey, we passed the 20-minute mark, so now Eris is talking normally, instead of using Streamlabs. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, if you spam certain things, Eris will tell you to stop. Can we get an Eris command to hug our resident Sundari chat mom? I'll think about it. And that's the other thing. You can't pick up vehicles. Once you put a vehicle down, like once you're done building it, it weighs a ton while it's in your inventory, and once you place it down in the world, it's down. You can't pick it up anymore. Bicycles can be picked up, but you can't pick up, like, a car and put it in your pocket. That's dumb. So you have to fucking take that into consideration when you're doing shit. Video options, so field of view settings and stuff like that are cool. Infection matters, so if you get infected and you're infected for 3 days, you just die. Doesn't matter how low your infection rate is. It will persist through death as well, so if you get infected and then you're like, well, I'll just kill myself then so that I'll res and I won't have any infection, it carries through. You have to cure it. However, honey will still help to cure the infection, but beehives can be made once the schematic is found. So zombie apocalypse is very real, very dangerous. So, like, this seems cool. I don't like that they're like, nah, we've changed the loot so that no loot spawns anywhere. I'm like, that sucks to me, because I doubled the amount of fucking loot that this game gives me, and I can barely find enough loot for me to survive on my own, let alone make enough, like, food for other people. Like, it's impossible to survive, even on double loot drops. Like, this is insane. And so they're like, no, we're gonna cut loot down even further. I'm like, ugh. like, you're not swimming in loot early game. I've never been swimming in loot early game. This is never a thing that's happened for me. I'm like 5 days in and I'm still starving and dying of thirst. And like, I got infected and I've got no bullets and it sucks. Like, and I've turned fucking loot up to double. It's fucking awful. Only if you give her a command to hit any more daggers. Yay! Yes! So yeah, that's my opinion on this. Was the zombie apocalypse caused by some sort of nuclear thingy? I starved several days in a row until I got my farming up and running. It does suck. Like, and that's the thing, is that, like, someone then in your group needs to be in charge of that. Like, you need to have one person, like, you have a 3-man group, usually, a 3-people group. You got one person who's good at digging, and they're gonna make tools. You got one person that's good for crafting, and they're gonna make your, like, crafting shit, and they're gonna make your car eventually. So you have, like, your strength build, you have your intelligence build, and then wherever cooking is on the thing, also gonna have to be a thing. So, like, yeah, they removed loot drops, but they added loot drops to furniture. Also, all pallets can be searched. Oh, that's at least interesting. Gives you more stuff to do. Give her a command for Eris to give her a dagger and stab username. I'll take it into consideration. I don't want to go adding commands on her while we're live. I don't want to make her mad. Yeah, so that's a cool thing that I'm curious about. I think that might be fun to get into Ravenhurst, but like with Nexus, it's like you just download this file and then they tell you like here's where you drop it in and it makes it work. With this, it's like, okay, in order for this to work, you're gonna need to take these files and put it in here and here, and then take this and this and put it in there, and then open up this file and adjust these and these variables to do this and this. And I was like, I did a ton of that for Mountain Blade. I'm fucking exhausted with it. I don't want to do it anymore. Because fuck that, dude. So if I can find an easy way to do this, then I'll start doing research. If not, then fuck it. Yeah. I fucking love playing 7 Days to Die. This game's awesome. But I also realized that we're probably going to need to play with, like, teams of 3 people and kind of pick an area and then be like, this is where we live now, and then try our fucking darndest to survive under these new settings, but with the blood moon off, so that you have at least 7 days to, like, prepare yourself for some shit that's gonna hit on the 7th day. My connection is fuck all helpful to getting. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hey, and Vinx is here. Hello. Eris, give me a hug. Thank you. It's still showing up as Streamlabs again. Old school modding. Yeah, it's such a nightmare. I can't. Like, I can, but I don't want to. I got out of programming when I was in high school because I fucking hated it. No matter if I'm good at math, I fucking hate that stuff. What else could we have for, like, anybody got suggestions? Suggestions for things we could have for our next 1K goal? Because, I don't know. Yeah, it says Streamlabs again. So, like, sometimes it says Streamlabs. It was saying Eris for a bit, and now it's back to Streamlabs. I don't know why. Or at least for me. Eat a bug. No, I'm not doing that. Camera, fuck off. I'm not eating fucking bugs. It'll be like, I play a certain game while doing a thing. Or, like, I just do another opinion stream or something. I don't know. We'll see what's up. Oh, yeah. Fucking Death Road to Canada. I almost played that today because I was like, yeah, I could play Death Road to Canada, but I'm very, like, my anxiety's been shitty today, so I've been very much. Eris won't hug twice in 30 seconds. She isn't fun. Yeah, well, maybe you should fucking respect Eris's space. Just chill. Yeah, it has a different name color too, which I wonder was rehosted itself somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. Play Just Dance. Soma for 2,000 still. Yeah, I could put that back on. I don't think we'll reach it, but there we go. For 20 to Canada. Yeah, Stone Road to Canada. That's it's a fun goal though. I know. I wish. I'll put that in though. So you know what? For now I'm just gonna be like done, and then I could be like, let's try this. Let's test it out. Start the poll. Bam. A poll is open for what should I have for my next 1K goal. Use vote for 20 days to die, 420, or 420 death road to Canada to vote. Made outfits in the mail. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that to show up. I don't know what's going on with Amazon. I ordered that like forever ago. Like a month ago, and it still hasn't been delivered. Sucks. Now what was the other thing? That's the main one. Yeah, okay, we could do that. We'll do there. Here we go, let's try that out. Added that in, so now all I gotta do is... I don't really have a lot of votes. Is do like this, type stab. Does it work? Yeah! I gotta edit that, hold on. I'm turning that one off for a second. We gotta do... There we go. Now let's try that. Boop. Turn that back on. Yeah, guys, chill. Alright, so now we got that back on, and... Bam, there we go. Poll is going for... What are we gonna do? Yeah. What's in the boxes? It's not bodies. Everybody keeps saying, like, you got some body parts in there? I'm not Warden. It's gun parts. Leave me alone. I could fucking show you. You know what? I feel like that's something we could do. Let's go back to here for a quick second. Let's go back to tech gaming. Let's go like this. We still don't know what we're gonna do for $1,000. But for this, why are you like this? There we go. We can do live. We can do another live ray gun build. Cause I had a lot of fun with that. And Soma. That's a 2K. Dunyan rings. Here we go. We gotta get up there, man. And I know that I'm putting everything after 1,000, but like here's the thing. If I keep putting a lot of stuff before that, it's gonna be very hard for me to deliver on those promises and to pay my rent, because some of those things cost money. Yes. Frickin' laser guns. Yeah. Yeah, when I stayed up all night making a ray gun for YetiCon. I'm like the fucking Babe Ruth of ray gun construction, though. I'm willing to say that. I'm willing to put that one down on paper. Like, I don't mind putting that one down on paper, that I am the Babe Ruth of ray gun construction. It's a good time, dog. I'm gonna put these on not only because it's on brand, but also because my eyes hurt, and I would like to shield them from harmful light that is coming off of my monitor screen. Oh, there's some old doc stuff. Yeah, it's an old stream that we did. Doc sings requests. Here, let me show you the list. I'm gonna show you my list, and it's not the kind of list that you would think. It's this list. So I go boop, and I go over here. Here we go. Check that shit out. So we got a list of milestones that are reached. I'm gonna strike that one off because we're doing that right now. But there's like Play Saints Row 4, Wear a Maid Outfit on stream, Tour of the New Lab, which I can do, cooking stream, karaoke stream, spa stream with Cassie, gonna have to wait till the pandemic's over for that one, beauty stream with Warden, pretty much the same thing. And then things I gotta fix, and the games list that I have that I'm putting together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down here, and then I'm gonna make 2 sub lists called to finish. Boop. Alright. Let's not bold that. Let's just do an underline. And then we have another list here called to play. Boop. There we go. And that's gonna be my list of games. Oops. So yeah, we got the A Realm Reborn story I want to finish before I continue doing any of it, and then Divinity Original Sin 2. Playing Final Fantasy XIV, good game, looks great, music is great. It gives me migraines because there is an obtuse amount of reading required for that game, and half of the words are made up gobbledygook that is smashed into a keyboard. So it's a hard go for me. It gives a dagger to Tom Brady to stab Claire. Oh yeah, there he goes. Oh, and Eris is back and using her own name. Like, it flickers on and off. It's its own thing. Do you have any opinion on potential playing of Lobotomy Corporation or Library of Ruina? Even in the far future, I'm looking for potential yes and no. I've never even heard of those games, Dev. Yeah, we can look at those. We can look at those right now. Beep. Are they on Steam? They had better be on Steam. Yeah, pay attention. Don't pay attention to my old name that's still on there. Steam will not let me change it. They refuse. I can change it here. I can change it when it shows up on games. But my account name cannot be changed. There is no way to do that. Ooh, Frostpunk is... It's like a big city management game, which I think I would enjoy playing, but I don't think would be fun to stream kind of situation. So let's go Library of Ruina. Library of Ruina. Also, that reminds me, I need to add to the list games to play. What was that one? Oh, geez, it's got anime. Noir gifted me a game that was like a post-apocalyptic Dark Souls. Oh, I don't like card games. This tells me nothing about this game. I mean, there's like a lot of videos and stuff, so like good for the story, but no, you don't get to.
그러니까 괜히 말.
Stop it. Oh, there's a lot of dialogue, all of which is in Korean by the looks of it. And this does not interest me. I apologize. You mentioned that you'd played Impossible Creatures. Maybe it could be a fun game to showcase and play a game. I mean, I played Impossible Creatures. I was enjoying it. It was alright, but it was very slow, and it was a very, like, it was a good idea as far as RTS games go. It was a good idea, but it was poor execution. It's very similar to Mountain Blade 2. Like, it's a great idea, but there's some things they need to fix, and there's a bit of execution that they need to play with. You know, Eris is just trying to fight through Streamlabs' code. Give her fucking... Give her a chance. Yeah, Impossible Creatures was, like, a fun RTS game where you, like, mush animal parts together. It's very steampunk. And you mush animal parts together to make, like, crazy impossible creatures, and then you use them to fight your enemy. But there was, like, a very obvious, clear meta when I was playing it, so, like, if you didn't do this thing, you were, like, playing it wrong kind of situation. And it was kind of slow and sort of clunky, so I was like, like, it was a cool idea, fun game, don't know if I want to stream it. Like, I got a lot on my plate. Frostpunk might actually be fun to play, yeah, as it's depending on, yeah, degenerating big city management sim. You're the captain of a sinking ship or well, a ship that's freezing over. Yeah. Like, it's a cool RTS game. I don't know if it would be fun to watch. I'd have to check it out. I have a Steam key for it that you gave me as debate, and I'm definitely considering keeping it for myself, and then playing it and seeing. And if it seems like it's gonna be a really good time, then I'll stream it, because like I streamed fucking They Are Billions, which was like a RTS game about holding out against huge hordes of zombies, which I loved, but a lot of people thought it was very boring, and didn't want to play it. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not gonna do that. Library of Ruina, not feeling it. Sorry about that. Lobotomy Corporation. Let's have a look. See if that comes up. Oh, look at this. Lobotomy Corporation. What you got? Oh, yeah. Monster management roguelike simulation game inspired by the monsters from games and movies such as SCP Foundation, Cabin in the Woods, and Warehouse 13. One disaster will cause another, and it'll lead everything into chaos. Manage and survive. Oh, do we have to survive against the monsters, or do I build the monsters and then send them after people? Because if I'm building the monsters and sending them after people, I'm in for it. If it's... Oh, Jesus. Very positive reviews. Similar to FTL. Okay. It's not giving me a huge amount of data on the game. Yeah. Okay, it's just single player. That sucks. Because I was like, yo, if this is multiplayer, like, all you guys gotta come into, like, a crazy lab that I've made, and then I guys unleash monsters after you, that would be fucking awesome. Let's go up here. Donation notification counters may be broken. Oh, Jesus! Hope this helps, Doc. Thank you, Calendros, for the donation. Yeah, it's... When I'm... Here, I'll show you. When I'm like this, there is no update thing. Like, there's no alerts that pop up, because I don't use this camera very often. This is the first time I've done this. But here, in, like, if I was like this, when you donated, then it wouldn't have shown up. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this. Wow. Thank you so much for the donation, Calendros. Really starting us off here. I really appreciate that. Oh, that makes me feel a lot better. Vince, Spore, cool game. It doesn't grip me. Like, it's not... I mean, a lot of games aren't, like, gripping me right now. But it's, like, Spore was cool. I never played it. I saw it, and I was like, oh, yeah, that seems interesting. Like, you start off as a little microorganism, and then you work your way up and evolve into big fucking nightmare creatures that run around and do stuff, and then eventually go to space. And I was like, that's neat. Yeah, okay. But, like, it's... I'm very about the whole thing. I'm just kind of like, yeah. And yes, Project Moon. Shit ton of Project Moon games. Abnormality escaped. Lobotomy Corporation. That's funny. So yeah. Yeah, Spore was neat. Not much meat to the game. Yeah, like, it was when Spore came out, it was revolutionary for its time, because when it came out, no other game was attempting to do that. To be like, you start off as a microorganism and you evolve all the way up into a thing, and then it's, like, it doesn't do that, per se. Vinx, I don't know if that command works. I apologize. Yeah. I don't think Eris wants to tell you the time. Hold on. Let me check. Is time even a command that we have for her? Whoop. I mean, it's not on the custom ones. What are the defaults? Is it in the defaults? I don't think it is, dog. Yeah. Register your vote for the polls. Yeah, that's its own thing. And then there's like a betting thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Loyalty store, redeem stuff, yeah. Yeah, there's no time command right now. She didn't like that. No time command. Well, we're here to test her out. You can ask her using the... I put a command list. I pinned it in the announcement section, but there's a command list that's there that'll update over time as we add more commands to it. but there you can look at what commands are available. We've also just put in stab, in which Eris will hand Tonberry a dagger to stab you with. When I was an FQA tester. Oh, cool. Uptime. Yeah, I've been live for 50 minutes, 13 seconds. Go, dog. Oh, thank you, Eris. Oh, what a sweetie. Yeah. Thank you so much, Calendros, for the donation again, and thank you as well to Rainer for the $5. It really does, like, it does make me feel better. This is one of the reasons why I want to move us over to Patreon, is so that we can give people better things for their money, as well as we can have a more, like, what's what I'm looking for, like a more of a planned income, so like I'm not going like, cool, we made it last month, but will we make this month? And then like me sitting here chewing my nails, freaking out because I don't know if we're gonna make it or not. So it's its own thing. We have to sort of figure it out. Maybe it's just stop suggesting stuff. Yeah, it's getting lost in the endless sea of text way too soon. As people enter they want Doc's attention too much to try to break the AI. What have you been saying, Belanther? What have you been talking about? Sorry if I missed it. Jurassic World Evolution. It's a park building simulator, so I'm not sure how you feel about that. I got like, oh, thanks, Rainer. $4 or $5. I appreciate you. You guys are the best. Thank you. You know what? Let's see. Jurassic World Evolution, Return to the Thing. What is it called? Jurassic World Evolution is the game. It's $50. But yeah, you make a park. I've seen some people play this. I think it was Gray Still Plays did a video about this, and it like looks cool. You gotta like build a park for dinosaurs, or else this will happen. Build your own Jurassic World. Bioengineered dinosaurs that think, feel, and react intelligently to the world around them, and face the threats posed by espionage, breakouts, and devastating tropical storms in an uncertain world where life always finds a way. And it was cool when I saw them playing this, but like they did everything they could to get carnivores to break out and attack people, and it took so much work in order to make that happen. It's like, it's cool. It's just, I feel like it might be a bit slow. I feel like folks might get a bit tired of it. So it's one of those, this would be fun to play. I don't know if it would be fun to watch. So yeah. Spyro, Reignited, or Crash Insane trilogies. Here's the thing, Rainer. And you're gonna gasp and clutch your pearls at this one. I have never played those games. I never played Spyro. I saw people play it at people's house. Give Esteban 0. Tom Barry, yeah, you have one Daddy Wattbucks. Here you go. It is a slow process, Vince, yeah. And I never played the Spyro games. I never played Crash Bandicoot. So I didn't get, like, all the big enjoyment that a lot of people would get out of the remake, because a lot of people were like, oh fuck, they're doing a remake, and the remake looks gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but those remakes are for people who have played the originals, not for me, because I didn't play it. So I'm not going to get as much enjoyment out of it as one would hope. There's another thing, another bit of good news. Our lovely microphone that I've got right here is going to be replaced on Wednesday. We're getting a different one. And I know what you're thinking, Doc, where did you find the money for that? Because we hit our goal last month, I had just a tiny bit of money left over, and I got myself a relatively cheap mic that is going to do a better job than this for a few reasons. I'm just going to go like this for a quick sec. For a few reasons. One, this is what is known as a condenser mic. So this microphone is designed to pick up every little sound that is heard, like I'm this far away from the mic, and you can hear it. And it should, like, when I'm doing this, broadcasting, this is a bad mic to have. This is a good mic for recording. If I'm in, like, a studio, and I've got, like, you see the, where is it? Right there. You see this little corrugated foam? I've got a bunch of this around my desk. But if I had, like, a booth that I made that is just filled with that foam, this would be the mic to use in there. Then I would go in and I can do a whole bunch of... Nice dry Camry. A whole bunch of voice acting stuff because it picks up so much sound. This is a condenser mic. It's a good microphone. But I was an idiot when I bought this because I didn't know what kind of... It is an ASMR mic. I didn't know what kind of mic I needed. What I need is called a dynamic mic. A dynamic microphone is the kind that you see singers with on stage. It's the ones with the handles. People that are speaking in front of the news people. There's a whole bunch of those set up. So yeah, love. Stop trying to do it. Don't give me Daddy Watt Bucks. Flair failed to give one Daddy Watt Bucks to Evil Incorporated. Feels bad, man. I have to change that because feels bad, man is not a isn't an emote anymore. Yeah, she can only do so much right now. Giving things is supposed to be active, but it depends on how much you have. Yeah, for, like, example, Vinx can't give any Daddy Watt Bucks to anybody because it didn't have any. You also have to spell it right, Camry. But yeah, so I got a very cheap dynamic mic that is going to be showing up in the mail on Wednesday, along with the connector cables that I need for it and everything, so I'm very excited to try it out. The reason why, also, the shotgun mic that I had, that is a very good Rode mic, the reason why it was hissing when I set it up is because it is an outdoor mic. It's supposed to be put on top of a camcorder and kept away from other electronics because it was picking up electrical interference from, like, all my monitors and all this stuff, and you're supposed to use it outdoors when you're reporting or doing something outside. So that's its thing. My mother suggested for the 1K milestone was to kidnap, quote unquote, 3 to 5 members of the community and do an Ask Me Anything for them. A way to get to know the community. The only issues I foresee is that it could go NSFW real quick and also rack tie. Yeah. Top hours. Yeah, Eris has the most hours right now. Because it's like, it's measuring like 2 hours for you. We haven't even been streaming for an hour yet. So it's gonna be going on for how many people have been watching only by what Streamlabs currently has them listed as since today. Or since yesterday, I think. And then that'd be it. Think all the integration, yeah, missed the donation because the scene, yeah, it was when I donated tracker/point, seemed to have missed it. That's the thing, Calendros, if you wanted that to come in, you needed to be watching for 2 hours. But what I can do is I can go over here like this. Currently, our June Layer Fund is at the appropriate amount of money, which should be $110. So if I open up my widgets and I go to donation goal and 110, perfect. It's very small on my screen, so it's hard to see. But that is going correct. So what I can do then is go to CloudBot. Hitman could be fun, yeah. And Kara, don't ask me Racti questions. Another suggestion. Hitman. Caps protection and stuff like that. I don't have that. What was I doing? Oh yeah, go to loyalty. Boop. So here's all these people. Calendros, you've got 2 hours watched. So you got 1 point. What I can do is I can get, yeah, your time watched is 2 hours. It has listed. You have value in minutes. And then I can give you, because you donated $100. There you go. 101 points now. There you are. Yeah. And Rainer donated $10, but it's not showing here because it's really fussy about it, and I don't know why. So I can go like this, and I can add 10 points onto you, so you got 11 points now. Boom, saved. Done. So now, Rainer, you have 11 points. Calandros, you have 101 points. So I think if you ask now Eris how many you have, it should tell you that you have like an appropriate amount thing. Good looking. Like, oh, thank you, Willow. Hello. I appreciate your comments. You are very nice. It's very nice of you. So yeah, we got a poll going. Death Road to Canada votes. We got 7 votes for that, 3 votes to that. I can't add more to this. Which is dumb. But we got 3 votes for more 427 Days to Die. I feel like I could just hold these. You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna close this poll. Yeah, we're gonna complete this. Yeah, completed. It is done. I'm just gonna delete that. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in the Discord instead. I'm just gonna put it in the Discord instead because it gives people a chance to vote for things that aren't like immediately happening. It's that you tricked me. You guys are adorable. If you get out of the shower clean, why are the towels dirty? Camry, you are asking like you are like Ractai Light. That is what's happening right now. You are the Ractai Light. So let's put it up here. Let's say, hey, at everyone, as per your suggestions in the chat on our opinion stream, what should we do for the next 1K goal? And then I can update this as it goes along. I can edit it and do stuff. Doesn't Twitch have a built-in straw poll thing? Fucking maybe. I don't fucking know, dude. Like, there are so many like functions that Streamlabs and Twitch add into this platform daily. Like, cheering bits and stuff like that's been around for a while, but like channel points just happened, loyalty points happened recently. Like, they've just been like pouring things. They're like, oh, and then people can do all this cool shit with it. And I'm like, how about, and follow me on this one, how about you just make content people enjoy consuming? Is that really too high a bar? For, like, instead of filling the chat with like random shit that a lot of people say? Like, I'm putting in commands for errors and stuff like that because I want people who hop in and don't want to have to ask questions to just type like !Discord, and then Eris will tell you about the Discord, and like to handle the donations for the thing because that's how it's supposed to be handled, so it doesn't freak out. Like when people donate, and then like there's loyalty points, so that even if you can't donate and you just watch the stream a lot, like you'll get points that you can spend then on tickets for a raffle and stuff, like. But it just gets out of control. Like, there is so much stuff that they want you to try to program in here. And this is just with Streamlabs. Twitch has just, like, a fucking dozen more of those programs and inserts, and I just hate it. So I'm not giving that any more thought right now, other than what I'm slowly discovering working with, like, our outside team. Oh, God. Rainer, you suggested a thing, but it's been lost. I do apologize. Kara will be number 1. Yay! You guys are great. Bam. And yeah, there's stuff to do with, like, channel points and whatnot, but... Yeah. 9 messages were deleted by the moderator. Oh, God. Yeah, Streamlabs timed you out for spamming emotes. It was Hitman. Okay, I'll put that on the list because we have Hitman stuff, and we could definitely put that in. Play some games from the Hitman series. So I'll give that like gun. It'll be like a gun. 420 Days to Die again, and we'll do like zombie or play Road to Canada. bracket 420 edition. I am a lot funnier when I've been medicated, no lie. We'll put a different zombie on the front of that. We got donations? What's going on? Oh, Vinks donated $15. What happened to the Minion program, I think it was called? You and Melanie were working on it for a while. Well, let's get real for a quick sec. Kara, if you make it dance too much, Eris will shut you down. First off, thank you for the donation. The Minion program that we are putting in, that we have plans for, the reason why that hasn't happened yet is the same reason why you haven't been seeing a lot of videos from me on my YouTube channel. And that is that last year in the summer, my father passed away, and a lot of my time got then devoured into handling that, not only emotionally, but also dealing with, like, the fact that, like, what are we going to do with all this stuff? Like, where are we going to put his things? Which things are we going to take and which things are we going to donate? Which things are we going to throw away? There was that. Immediately following his funeral, I was asked to leave the place that I was living in. So I had to move out. And I was assured I didn't do anything wrong, but I feel like maybe someone that I used to live with got eventually tired of the fact that there was... I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into specifics, but, like, I just kind of stopped talking to some of the people I was living with because I didn't agree with a lot of the stuff they were doing. They were hanging out with and supporting some very awful people, and I chose to reflect that in basically just not talking to them or including them in stuff. And then it went, like, and then all of a sudden I got a very angry message from the owner of the property asking me to leave. So, it happens. So yes, and then I found a new place to live, which was here. That happened in the 1st of January, and then I took a month to, like, I was just deadly sick for weeks, and then I started unpacking my things, and then I finished unpacking my things, and then the pandemic started. And, like, everyone that I was working with, all of the people that we had in our henchman program kind of situation, like, everybody who was assisting me on the back end, effectively all had to step away. Like, everyone suddenly was dealing with crises on their end, and everybody had to step back. So we just stopped, and I moved into streaming 7 days a week and doing more content here because this is something that's within my control that I can do. Meanwhile, like, I can't make another video because I had a big video planned that transitioned us into this new layer. That has to wait until the world is done being on fire, which by the looks of it is not going to be anytime soon. And that which sucks because I have, like, a lot of opinions that I want to share on that channel, on the Warfront, because that is what that channel was an opinion sharing thing. But there's also, like, a ton of work that I need to do in the back end. I need to fix our website. I need to fix our Patreon. I need to move a lot of our donations and income over to Patreon as best I can so that if people want to donate to us and stuff like that, they can do so there, and that'll help me more plan what our income is going to be, see how much income we can get from that, what kind of things we can offer to people to make sure that I'm giving people content back for their money, in addition to not putting an extra amount of work or strain on myself so much that I can't continue doing my job here. Like, I can't do as much work as I want. I can here. My body won't allow it. The thing is, world ending screwed up a lot of people's plans. I have, like, a very severe stress disorder that makes it hard for me to work as hard as I want. It also makes it almost impossible for me to work in standard environments, like working in a bank call center or working at, like, a retail job or something like that. Causes me more stress than, like, I can handle it fine, but it's more stress than my body can physically withstand. The psychological stress disorder, instead of making me freak out all the time about stuff, puts a bunch of strain on my body instead. So whenever I'm not doing, like, 110% everything that I can to, like, chill the fuck out, take my meds, eat well, get exercise, get some fresh air, drink lots of water, and all that other stuff, my body starts to fall apart. And like I've been taking on a lot of extra work recently, trying to like get Eris up and running, and a bunch of like get a better microphone and fix the buttons below the Twitch and all that other stuff. And I'm really trying to dig into that instead of just doing research for games on Twitch and then doing Twitch and then calling it a day. I'm trying to do more, but as I try to do more, it affects my body, which is why I'm doing just the opinion stream today and not anything else, because I actually physically can't handle doing more than this. Like, I think my body would fall apart. And that's the thing. Planther, you say it's not the end of the world. The world, and this was the thing that Spoots told me, and you can ask her about it. The world has ended several times, but it's a little it's one of those like too big to fail sort of situations. Like Ragnarok has happened, and I know what you're thinking, like that's absurd. This and this would happen, and the giant snake is supposed to do the thing, and the oceans are supposed to disappear, and then a big wolf eats Odin's heart. It's like, yes, all of the omens that were supposed to come forward when Ragnarok was happening have happened. They've come and they've passed, and a lot of people died, and now it's over, and society continues. It's done. So, like, many Egyptian apocalypse events have happened, and they have passed. This is just another one of those. This is an apocalypse that we are living in right now. There is a massive plague happening that's killing thousands of people every day. There are, like, literally, the United States of America, Donald Trump has declared martial law and is now sending the military to certain states to start shooting people, which is only going to make matters worse. Things are just going to get worse, as it always does, and it's just going to get uglier and uglier and uglier. Yeah, it's the end of the world as we know it. That's right, Rainer. Like, it's rough, but we'll see. That's another thing. We got the codes for Hitman and Hitman 2. Let me just check to see specifically what those are. Hitman the complete first season and Hitman 2. I don't know if that's the thing I want. I think that Hitman the complete first season and Hitman 2 are the two most recent games on Steam. And it includes, like, the complete first season, I think, includes, like, all of the things, like, all of the episodes, because they have, like, episode 2, here, I'll show you, like, episodes, like, all this stuff here. Like, I think that this is it, because it's just Hitman, and then if we go back a layer to, like, Hitman 2, because it's also on my wish list, I think this is also the one that they released recently, that has all kinds of wacky, fun, cool stuff in it. I've always been very interested in these games because there are so many different ways of achieving your goals, either by going like 100% quiet or going just crazy loud right from the get-go, killing a ton of people like insanely hard and then rushing through it. And if you fail, it's like, whatever, you can just do it again. Try it. The briefcase is also fucking hilarious. I've seen some people like just dick around playing in this game, and it's like you throw a briefcase and it like zooms and it homes in on someone, like it turns midair. Very funny. So yeah, there's like a lot of very cool ways to get through this, and I'm curious to see how well I would do. I mean, same as is my life, things would probably go a lot louder, a lot faster than I am prepared for. Yeah, no, Streamlabs is back to Streamlabs. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So then, yeah, there we go. Yeah, where you pick the way you want to assassinate your targets. Yeah, it's a cool game. Like, it's a very cool game series that I really wanted to get into. The first original one that came out, I think, on the PS1 or PS2, I played, or rather watched my brother play back when I was a kid. And it was very funny. So I wanted to definitely try it out. This could bring you any comfort for the people in the GSA are behind you. We're also province neighbors. So if there's anything, KC and I are here for you. Thank you, Vinx. I appreciate that. This is very nice. Oh, hey! And Eris is doing her usual call-out thing, where for normal people, she can ask you what's up. And hey, Sword and Unicorns, I got some commands working for Eris today. So that's very exciting. And we're just chatting today. We're just talking, because I'm exhausted. So right now on the list, we've got Hitman, we got 420 Days to Die, again. We got Death Road to Canada, 420 edition. What else was on that list? I had something else on that list, and I've already forgotten it because my brain is just mush. Thank you. And yeah, I put the list into the thing. I put the list into some stuff. Can we list these by points inversely? Thank you. Oh, and Vinx, you got the appropriate number of points. That's another thing. I'm going to keep reiterating that if you want to get like loyalty points for your money that you're donating, you got to do it after you've been watching for 20 minutes. Otherwise, it won't count it. I can still add it in manually, but like, please don't make me do that. And the last poll that I did was deleted. Yeah, if you don't know, if you know what I was like growing up, you'll know I don't have much of a choice. That's fair. Sorry, I'm late. Loyalty points. Yeah, Kaldaka. The Daddy Watt Bucks, which is a loyalty point. So every US dollar that you donate gets you 1 loyalty point. Then, when we do raffles, we'll be entering those games into a custom giveaway system that people can then choose to spend their points on if they want, and then it adds them all to like a big thing, and then I just pick winners. And it looks like this. Here, I'll bring this over in case it's not already there. All right, take it easy, Planthier. Carrot, chill. Like, yes, we've all got issues, but that doesn't mean that you're allowed to step on people in chat. Like, if you're doing something that's making them uncomfortable, consider not doing that thing. It's easy as pie to just not. But yeah, so you guys get loyalty points, which I've called Daddy Watt Bucks for fun. And there is like how much people get. People also receive them for watching like a full stream, so 3 hours of watch time grants you 1 Daddy Watt Buck, and then for 5 of them, you can bet on this. You can put a ticket in for a raffle, and then at the end, I can then choose winners and go from there. So I'm trying to do it natively within the system, as opposed to like, and hoping that this makes it easier for me, so I don't have like all of the I don't have to keep like a notepad open all the time with all this stuff in it, and I don't have to stop what I'm doing constantly to like get to it. But yeah, me me too. So yeah, man. Dang it, Eris. Mystic something for a link. Yeah, that's okay. Eris is an eager gal. Please replace from posting links. Yeah. So instead of it just putting stars whenever you try to post a link, like it deletes your message and then posts a thing saying like, please refrain from posting links. The people that are allowed to post links are people that I've listed as regulars on the channel, which is a list of our moderators and some other folk that I trust to like not fuck the system up. Have you looked into stream loots at all for the games you'd like to play? I don't even know what that is, man. Stream loots? What is that? Jesus, and then all of a sudden I've like never been hungrier in my life. Have fun with your fans. I mean, Calendros, no offense. This looks like another one of the fucking billion like silly companies that are coming up all over the internet right now to try to capitalize on the fact that a lot of people are streaming. Like there was 100 different programs to put like chatbots in your chat that will do certain things, and there was a dozen different programs to make it so for the boss fight thing and for the duel thing and for the heist thing, and for like all of those functions there was a lot of stuff that got put in. Streamlabs has integrated a lot of them into its system already. So it's all right, but like this is the number one way to earn money while creating hilarious interactions with your community. I don't buy that for a second. I don't buy that at all. And this is like one of those things that I would turn over to like one of our team and be like, look into this. tell me if this is stupid, and then they'll get back to me, kind of situation. So yeah, like, tell me if this is worth my fucking time, because it's like, it's cool, and well, no, it's not a chat bot, but it's one of those things that, like, some company, some, like, money grubbing, like, hey, kind of guy decided to, like, throw this down on a table in the middle of a board meeting, and really wants people to get into this, because you know who makes a ton of money off of websites like that? The website, not me. It doesn't help us at all. Or at least there's a very low chance that it will help us, because there are tons and tons and tons of people that are putting out websites and programs like that designed to, like, generate hype and income and, you know, buzzwords and stuff like that. So you got to be careful about it. And yeah, Eris, I don't know how to get her to add to the death counter. But Willow also donated 14 bucks. Thank you so much. The world is scary right now, but streams and games and friends has definitely helped to make things better. Thank you. Oh, hugs. I appreciate you very much. Yes, Claire, I got shot. Okay, chill. There's a video about it. You go check that out if you want to. But yeah, so it's, yeah, I'm trying to get no, that command is always just shows one. Like, if I type it in, if I type that in, it just says one. Like, it doesn't do it. And also, every time I tell Eris to do something, she goes back to pretending to be Streamlabs for a little bit. And yeah, I got the death counter to start. I did not know how to add to the death counter. Or who to give permission to add to the death counter kind of situation, because if I make it so that you just put in a command and it adds to it, then everyone's going to do it, and it's going to be a problem. Or maybe I need to, like, push a button or do something to add to the death counter. I don't fucking know. Yeah, people buy a pack of cards, and then they can redeem those cards for things like hands off the keyboard for 10 seconds. You get 80% of the value, and the pack is like $2. I only bring it up because it's become really common in the Dead by Daylight community. And people seem to be enjoying it, but that doesn't mean it'll work for you, obviously. Yeah. And that's one of those things. It's like, you buy cards on their website, and then you redeem them on us, and then I don't know how to integrate that into Streamlabs just yet, and that's going to take like a day and a half or whatever to integrate and then test to make sure it's not failing. And then, is that website going to last, or is it going to be another one of those, like, dozen or more flash-in-the-pan ideas that people had that come and then go? And why would I do that when I can set up a whole thing myself on the side like I had before, where it's like, donate $2 and say hands off the keyboard for 10 seconds, and I can do that. And I don't need to give that money away to somebody else. Like, I don't have to give 20% of my profits away to some other person. You know? It's one of those things. Yeah, like, some of the stuff, like the heist thing, I find more annoying than any sort of benefit. The number of times I got to a stream and half of their chat is spamming heist stuff or some other silly thing that prevents people from actually having a convo in chat. Exactly. Which is why, like, I put some commands in to, like, help out the people so that they don't have to bark so much, so that Tom Brady doesn't have to link the fucking Discord all the time. And I've had people come into the chat and be like, exclamation Discord, exclamation game. Exclamation this, and just so that people can see, like, how long I've been streaming, what our Discord is, if we have one, do we have a website, like, blah, 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 blah. So a lot of people come in. Death Plus just does the same thing. It just lists the amount that you have. Because I've done, like, Death Plus and Death. I tested them both, and it only ever lists use one. So yeah. Yeah, because you can just, you just cannot talk to people when those bots flood things. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's one of those things where I want to have a few commands in so that it helps, but not so many commands and a whole bunch of other shit like heists and boss fights and other crap going on, because then it clogs stuff. And it makes it hard for people to talk to each other in the chat, and I like building a community here. So we're going to do that. It's going to be a good time. Yeah. I'm also looking forward to, when I get the new mic set up, that it's going to be here. Like, I'm going to attach the thing to the table, and I'm going to bring it down to, like, right there so that it'll be in front of me. And I'll be able to like do stuff here, and the mic will just be kind of hanging out in this area. It might be obstructing my view of the keyboard, but we'll see, depending on what's going on. Is this game relevant to you? Yes. I fucking love this game. It's $129 though for the gold edition. Fuck. So no, but like, look at this, stalking people, fucking cool. Wait, you can't see what I'm talking about. Look at this, stalking people. It's fucking cool. Yeah, death count to show, and then death ad to add if possible. Make note to find out and show report for each. For report of research. Yeah. Sent a game key in Discord PMs for you. Oh, thank you, Calendros. I appreciate you. What do you got? Look at the Discord. Oh. Kingdom Newlands. Okay. Christ on a bike. Calendros, I thought it was Kingdom Hearts. And I was about to be upset. So let's have this game. Activate a product on Steam. Next. I agree. Bop. Next. Finish. Oh, it's very small. Yeah, we'll install it. This was the game that Spoots was playing a little while ago. I believe. And Early Dude's here. What's going on, my man? Norls. What's going on? Buddy, my guy, my sweet dude. What's up? We are currently trying to figure out what we're going to be doing for our next 1K goal. And this is a little opinion stream. So I'm not going to say, like, ask me anything, but if people want to know my opinion on something in specific, please go ahead and ask. I know there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and I know a lot of people are probably curious as to what I'm feeling about that stuff. So it's going to be a good time. Yeah, we're just chilling out. I was very tired. Yeah, I have a random stream question for you that I don't know. Do you happen to know if you dock the alert box for Streamlabs into the OBS window if you let your notifications work without having to have the alert box page open separately? I mean, here, I'll show you how this works on this end. So we'll pop over to here and I'll bring this up into the infinite void. So here's how this typically works. I got widgets, which you used to be able to get for free on Streamlabs on their website, and then you downloaded them into your thing, but now they're natively added, themes and widgets. Themes I gotta look into as well, because these are fucking dope as hell. And these go over top of, like, the stream itself, so, like, the area around the stream will be all animated and technological and cool and shit. And I fucking want to try that out. Because, like, this looks like it's right up my goddamn alley. Like, this looks cool as shit, right? And if I can add cool, like, animated shit like this in and around the outside, or I think that's website stuff and not necessarily, whatever, but whatever, doesn't matter. But there's, like, loads of cool shit that we can get into. Some of these I got, like, before they made it so that you had to get the Prime version of Streamlabs OBS in order to get widgets or anything. The system comes with them normally, but, like, there's scene themes, site themes, that these are the ones that go on the website. So there's X-Ray, which is very cool. And there it is. So, like, there's gonna be the stream, there's the chat, there's, like, merch, and there's a bunch of other cool shit, and, like, oh, go. Very cool. I might end up just using this, because it might save me a ton of time. Whoops. Removed that. Didn't want to do that. But if you go to widgets, and here, let me see if I can find, if I just type in, like, fantasy, oh, it's got, like, Final Fantasy themed ones. I think I just, like, asked it for white and black themed ones when I did this, and it came up with medieval. And this isn't the one that I'm using, but this comes up with, like, little alert boxes and stuff. The OBS, Streamlabs OBS comes with these built in. Like, it comes with these. And Rainer, I will get to this in a moment. And ever thought about bicoline with the Voyage North? I don't know what that means. But anyway, so you can see that there's this stuff here. It's very cool. So now we want to go back to our thing here, and then here's widgets, right? So let's do that. Make life easier for ourselves. Here's widgets, and then I made like a folder for them because like Stream Boss is technically on here, and I could make that visible, and there it is. Oh no, it's got health. But I was like, I think that's dumb. I'm gonna remove that. I don't know what that does. I haven't looked into it yet. Same thing with what do you call it? The tip jar and stuff. Like I haven't put those in. I don't know what those are about. So I'm not doing that just yet. We got, yeah, like the viewer count is listed there. Chat box used to be there, but I've removed it. But like if I say visual, then it'll start popping up again. The donation ticker at the bottom, there's the donation goal, and then the alert box, which is here. So what I can do is I can say test widgets. Let's test a follow. And there it is. Now, this theme is like a tech-based theme one that I've downloaded and integrated into a special custom-like build around the screen here that Assorted Unicorns made for us, which is very fucking cool. But, yeah, so all of that stuff does that. I just, like, plug that in, and then from the alerts section, I can go open that up, and then I can change some of the information that it comes in here. So specifically when people do bits, I can change the message template, the font size, the weight, text colors, primary, secondary, the media that comes up, so like the sound it plays, and the image that comes up, if an image comes up at all, if the animations, like how it fades in and fades out, if you want it to like come up from the side or something, like there's all kinds of wacky shit you can do about that. I'm just going to close this. I don't want to fucking screw it up. But yeah, so there's a thing. That's how I've been doing it so far. Honestly, I haven't had time to explore it any further to figure out if it's a problem or not. So that's over there. Boop. Here we go. But thank you. Thanks for your question, Calendros. And then Vinks, ever thought about doing the bike lane with the Voyage North? And he says it's one of the biggest LARP events in the world, and it's in Quebec. The Voyage North is a program that allows people from the outside of Quebec to attend the LARP event. Vinks, I would love to, but I can't for a couple of reasons. 1, time. 2, it's in Quebec. And 3, I'm not French, which means... And this is no offense to you, but, like, there are a lot of people in Quebec that do not like English-only folks, like myself. I got a face full of that shit whenever I used to do GNMA back in Gatineau, and it was like, oh, you're one of those fucking English dogs, and we don't like you, you're dog shit, and they would just shit on me constantly, and then talk to each other about me, in front of me, in French. And I'm like, guys, I can kind of understand what you're saying, like, that's offensive, and they're just like, well, fuck you then, fucking English bitch, go away, and then da-da-da-da-da. And, yeah, if the Voyage North takes place in Quebec and is hosted by French people, I worry that I'm just constantly gonna get discriminated on, for being an English-only person, because that would suck. Clay, I've seen your question, don't worry, I'm gonna get to it. My biggest and main concern, because I know that, like, the world's best LARPs happen in places like France and Germany and even in Quebec, like, one of the biggest LARP events in the world. And I would love to bring my Viking outfit out, and then you and me can just run around and kill monsters with axes and shit in the woods. I would be down for that. But I just worry that it's just gonna be me getting shit on because I don't speak enough French, or I don't speak French well enough. That's another thing. Like, I have friends who live in Quebec and speak French as their first language, but because they don't speak it good enough, they get shit on by other people in their community. Like, fucking stop, man. Ugh. Top hat wearing Raptors, I wish they'd stop. Gnarly. That's my opinion on that. I fucking wish they'd cut it out. The top hat wearing Raptors also sing a lot of show tunes, and I can't seem to get a beat on them. And I've sort of just decided to let them go. Now, the next in the order, what's your opinion on the GSA fully and honestly? I think it's cool. I definitely want to work with you guys in integrating a lot of those ideas, because obviously, if there is large law enforcement agencies that are designed to inhibit or control metahumans, then there would also be organizations of heroes and organizations of villains. So there are going to be, like, the DMHC is not a hero organization. It is a neutral government organization trying to get a fucking lid on metahumans. Meanwhile, fucking, like, there's a hero organization that we're going to be sort of working out, and then villain organizations would also exist. And there wouldn't just be, like, one big thing. But groups like the GSA would exist in this canon. And if you guys are okay with us putting that into this canon and us working together, then I absolutely want to do that, because I think that would be a cool idea. It's just a matter of finding the time to, like, sit down and be like, okay, and, like, working through all the details, and figuring all that stuff out. It takes a lot of creative juices for me to, like, do that stuff, so I can only do those things in sort of, like, spurts. Like, I can do it for a day or two, and then I have to, like, take a break for a little bit to, like, let myself recharge, experience life a little bit. And yeah, the GSA is the Global Supervillain Association. Greenlit all the way. Yeah, so, like, I think it would be cool for us to put that together. I think that would be fucking awesome. And that's the thing, it's just like the GSA is a villain organization. Evil Incorporated is a villain organization. Marrow Industries is a villain organization. Like, there's several that exist, and that doesn't mean that they're going to be friends. They could work together. They could work against each other, like Evil Inc. and Marrow Industries. So there's lots to play with in that space, right? Like, lots of dynamics. This is really why I wanted this to be an animated series, because, like, I could write this shit forever. like just the amount of characters that we have and the interactions and sort of, like, the webs you can weave and the strings you can pull with that. Like, I could tell stories about that shit until I die. Like, fuck. There's a bunch of the GSA would love for you to visit and be in your videos. Yeah, well, I mean, that is something that we would have to talk about, because there's loads of people that have made characters for themselves that want to be a part of the videos, and I need to make sure that people that are doing those things aren't just fans in a cardboard costume who want to come out and hang out and be in a video, because lots of people just want to be on air. Like, they just want to be on the show, they want to be in front of the camera, and I feel you, dog. Like, I'm about that. I know that feeling. And it's the same reason why a lot of people want to be on the stream with me as well. And it's like, they don't want to make the show better. They don't want to contribute to the show to be entertaining. They just want to be on camera. And they want to shoot me, because then they get to be the guy that shot Doc. Very Wild Bill Williamson in that case. Vinx, I would like the GSA to be a part of the Evil Inc. canon, like the Misadventures of Dr. Terawatt. I would like the Global Supervillain Association to be a part of that, but because it is not something that I have made, I need to be careful with what I include where. I would like that to be a thing. If we are going to have that be a thing, we would need to sit down and then sign paperwork on that, which is, like, who has creative control over those things. And in the event that yeah, cardboard box man, I see how it is. Yeah, and yeah, that's exactly the thing. And that's just it. It's I want to sit down and do the paperwork on that, because, like, a little while ago, I wanted to make this very official so that I could protect myself legally. So I started the company Evil Inc., which is a real corporation that I run, that I own. It is a media company that I'm running right now. And then I signed the rights of Dr. Terawatt over to myself, so that I now own it. And yes, it's sort of Duke like, it's Doc's show, don't forget. And I want to create content collaboratively with people, but I also want to make sure that I'm not stealing something from you or doing something with your content that you don't want it to be done with. And inversely, you are not taking something from me, or you're not trying to take over the project, kind of situation, right? Like, I don't want to take the GSA away from you and do a bunch of shit with it that would piss you off, or that wouldn't represent your vision of this narrative that you want. But I do want to include you, kind of situation. So we'd have to, like, sit down and do paperwork about that. I do want it to be a part of our canon. Officially, I want it. But officially also, we'd have to sign paperwork in order for it to officially be a part of the canon, kind of situation. So that's the thing. Yeah, it's like when you're very hesitant with making the second D&D group. Yeah, like, you needed to make sure that the people who showed up would actually be able to RP, be entertaining, and listen to, and try to push the story and stuff like that. Like, yeah, the hesitation with the whole reason I brought up my past RPG experience, both online and off, when I approached you, and people working with you, not against you or trying to take over. And that's the thing, is like there's people that work against me, there's people that try to take over, and then there's people that just want to be on camera, that don't have anything to give to the show. Like, they're good people, but they just have nothing interesting to say. Like, they're not entertainers, and that's okay. It's okay to not be a fucking entertainer. Good lord. It's not something that everyone does, and every entertainer that I know who entertains by trade is, like, wildly depressed, so don't worry about it. But, like, it's one of those things that, like, I know you guys want to be a part of it, and I want people to be a part of what I'm doing, and I want to include my community and my fans in the stuff that I'm doing, but, like, when I think about 7 Days to Die, like when I think about playing this game, on a more long-form campaign, and we have, like, 3 people on our team, I'm like, cool, we'll allow other people in. I don't know what I'm going to do for the PvP, but it's groups of 3 only, and then the 2 other people that are going to be on my team, I need to make sure are people that are entertaining, and will work with me, and, like, aren't going to be a wrench in the machine kind of situation. And that doesn't mean that people I don't pick are those things. It's just, I want to make sure that I'm making the best show for you, because this is a show. Like, I know that streaming is a hobby for a lot of people. It is my career. It is how I make money. So I want to make sure that I'm making the best content for you. And that we're not, entertains, depressed, pulls a collar. Yeah, it's like, that's the, yeah. And here's why I love being behind the scenes. Yeah, get to watch stuff happen, and, you know, hey, I helped. Yeah, like, it's its own thing. I'm happy to sit down and discuss streams with you, Doctor, whenever the whole thing blows over, the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. You mean when that's over? Yeah, I'm down for it. Yeah, let's schedule an appointment. Yeah, my word. I would love that. That sounds like it's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a small house because the GSA is very much a piecemeal project with several writers. Well, of course. Like, a room of writers is always a thing that happens whenever anything's being made. You're going to have your chief head writer, and then it's going to sit down in front of a room of people, and then the room of people are going to pick it apart and add and subtract until you get something amazing, which is such a fucking cool thing. But you need to be ready to, like, kill your babies when you sit down in a room like that. And then there's always one person who has, like, the most creative control and the ability to veto a certain number of things, as well as, it is hurting cats, Willow, yeah, as well as, like, it is their thing at the end of the day, like, they own it. So if you do something, like, as a part of the writing team, when you're like, yeah, I'm a writer on, like, fucking Game of Thrones, and then you come in and George R.R. Martin's like, I don't like that, then he doesn't like it, you have to stop, and then we move on to the next thing. But there's a lot of shit that got added into Game of Thrones that, in my opinion, was better than what was being written. So, there's that. It is how the project often works, but there's always one person who has, like, chief creative control, and there's always one person who is the owner of it, of the IP. So other people can help write, but they understand that they are helping to write something for someone else, that it is, at the end of the day, not their intellectual property, which is standard. So, like, if and when that does happen, please do not be upset about it. Like, that is very standard mode for a lot of stuff, which is to make sure that one person in a writing team of 12 people doesn't disagree with one thing that's happening, and then the entirety of a series or a show or a project or film doesn't end up in creative fucking limbo forever, while everybody legally fights over whether or not who can do what. There's always going to be a person in charge, and that's that. Yeah, here's a question. Do you miss having the Warfront to rant and opine? Oh, and then, yeah, opine and let the evil genius loose instead of chatting casual to us here. After all, this is just a happy chill. Yeah, I do. And I was talking about this earlier, that I just, like, I miss doing the show, but I have, like, so many of the people that were helping us on the back end have had to step away for a bit because of everything that's going on with COVID. So I've just taken to doing more streams right now. There is also a bigger video that I was planning, like, not like a big video, like, it was a short film that I wanted to do, but, like, I need to film with another person, and I'm not allowed to do that during a quarantine, which has been happening since I just finished unpacking some of my boxes, and of course you can see I'm not done unpacking everything yet. Like, I couldn't unpack everything, there wasn't room. So This is full of fucking gun parts, by the by, that I'm gonna be making ray guns and then selling to you guys at conventions. So, like, I want to go. Yeah, everything on the Dr. H channel is gone, and which is YouTube just took it down eventually. I imagine because my name used to be Dr. Holocaust. So, fuck. Yeah, they made the channel go away. It's bad. Yeah, we have an ongoing series happening, and I'm the person in charge. It's an interesting experience to plan super far ahead and to keep everyone to do their parts. Yeah, it's cool. Was it like content strikes? Yeah, rip. Yeah, I like those old videos. Me too, man. But like, I still have them all on a hard drive somewhere, and I'm considering releasing them. Like, I have written in a document somewhere, like, here's content that we can create for our channel, and it's like, take old videos, re-edit them so that the name is removed, and then release them as like old archived stuff. Which will be fun, because I'd love to get back into that. There has not yet been a cheese rant, and the cheese rant is basically that I like cheese, and I just don't want to share my cheese with other people, and I'm happy now that I live alone, because I don't have to share my cheese with anyone. I don't have to say, like, what's your cheese and what's my cheese? And did you use my cheese? Because maybe I took my meds and forgot that I ate a bunch of cheese last night. I forgot, but my bowels will remember forever. Yeah, at least now you can retcon some stuff to serve your story better overall. Exactly. Like, there's a bunch of updates and changes that I need to make to the website because there's, like, a ton of characters that I need to remove. There's a bunch of the canon that I need to rewrite and adjust. And, like, of the live-action videos that I'm making right now, those are just at this point sort of a filler. Like, they're stopgaps. I want to make this an animated series because it would let us make more things. It would let us tell a bigger and better story over a longer period of time. So it's just a matter of getting to that stage sort of situation. In the meantime, I enjoy making a good show for you guys here. I enjoy putting out videos still on our YouTube channel. So I'm still going to be doing like War Fronts and Questions Fridays and stuff like that when I get back to it. But for the meantime, like, I'm enjoying this. Quad. Alright, boys, tonight we're planning the heist of Steel Duck's cheese. Doc, don't read my previous comment. If you have all the old videos, you could possibly burn those onto DVDs and sell them at cons. I used to do that. Kaldaka? I used to do that. But cheese for everyone. I used to do that, but no one has DVD players anymore. I don't even have a DVD player anymore. Like, people just don't watch shit on DVDs. I had a big old bin full of DVDs somewhere. I don't know where it went. I think I got rid of them all. Because I sat down one day as I was moving and I realized that I actually hadn't watched anything that was on a DVD or a Blu-ray or a fucking HD DVD or a CD or any of that, or VHSs. I hadn't watched anything on physical media in like 6 years. So I just sold them. I needed the money. I was moving. I got rid of them. And I mean, I miss a lot of the DVDs I had because I had like the Terminator movies, like special extended editions. I had like my RoboCop films and Ghostbusters and a bunch of other cool shit. The movies, like the fucking 6 movies that I had on VHS, I've kept, which was like Star Wars and Ghostbusters and a few other things. Yeah, most PCs don't even have like disc drives anymore, like CD, DVD drives. Please, oof, I would binge watch that so much. Well, and that's the thing, like, I could just put them up on YouTube, and then everyone can enjoy them. And as much as, like, yeah, I might make a couple of bucks if I sell them at cons and stuff like that, that would be cool, but, like, the money I would make would not equate to the enjoyment that I could potentially give to people. And I'm all about making money, don't get me wrong, but, yeah. Is it just me or is Doc's forehead looking rather Gordon Ramsay-like? Oh, it's because, like, the sun's finished going down and I've got a bunch of lights on here, so the light is, like, the camera's... This is a very old camera, by the way. It's a Logitech. It's very old. Put them in a Google Drive. Well, I mean, I have them all on an external drive right now. And I was gonna just put them up online somewhere, but, we'll figure it out. I have a ton of DVDs, but my DVD player in my tower is down, yeah, and I have nothing to hook my old Panasonic DVD player to, but I'm not throwing them away because I love some of those films, which is fine. Like, that's good for you, but I'm just saying that, like, making DVDs to sell is not a good business model anymore. The amount of money I'd have to put in to, like, burn those DVDs and to make the box art, print those out and put them into the cases, get the cases, like, all that money and effort, like, would ultimately net me maybe a couple of bucks back. Like, I might not even break even if I did it, so I feel like it's not. Ooh, BRB, gotta make some dinner. Yeah. I'm gonna make some dinner in like 30 minutes. It's gonna be a good time. Private Google Drive and make a Patreon reward. I don't know. It's also one of those, like, it's been a long time since I've made that content, so I don't know if I necessarily agree with it 100% anymore. So yeah. I need those old videos. I need them for my own doc backup drive. Well, you know what, Deathwatch? I might, because you're managing, like, a massive archive of my old videos, I might put them all in, like, a thumb drive and then send them to you. Because I imagine that all my old videos, unedited, would fit in a thumb drive, and I could just send it to you in the mail. And then you'd have them. Ow. Yeah, the old Black Hat Lounge. Was that one of the videos that got taken down? I have to look into that. And that's another thing. Like, there's a lot of people that I worked with in those videos that I do not work with anymore, very pointedly. So I'm happy with that content being gone. Like, I don't want to work with them anymore. And it was not, like, a good separation. So I'm like, I don't want to put any videos with those people up online anymore. I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, depending on the size of the content, selling custom flash drives with the content on them could work. Yeah, maybe. That's the thing. If you get a bunch of, like, cheap custom-made flash drives, you can get those made from certain websites, like, pretty reasonably priced. And then I could sell them off at cons, but then that would be, like, and then I could put on there, like, a bunch of cool files from, like, the DMHC or, like, different stuff for the GSA or whatever. Like, we could put that on there and then send it out just for fun. Yeah, I kind of like how Aaron Hansen feels about his old content. There's stuff he likes, but a lot of stuff he does not agree with anymore that unfortunately he just can't take down. Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, there was a lot of Game Grumps that Aaron did with fucking JonTron, and then JonTron left, and then JonTron went fucking crazy. And I don't know if any of those, like, Game Grumps things are still on their original channel, or if they've removed them, but, like, I imagine if they could just take them down, they would. And that's kind of, like, where I feel about it. Why not remake them? Yeah, that takes time and money, and I'm 90% sure that's non-existent, so never mind. Yeah, like, I would love to remake them in the animated series when that comes out. Like, JonTron has gotten better, so I've heard. I think JonTron just stopped saying really racist shit, and everybody's just kind of forgotten that he's a racist lunatic. I think that's what's happened with John. Is he said some really racist shit, he did not apologize for it or take it back, like he doubled down on it, and then just continued making content and pretending like he didn't say anything shitty. It's like showing up to a wedding, hitting on the bride, and then not apologizing for it and being like, well, she's really pretty, so whatever, and then just continuing to be at the wedding for the rest of the evening. Like, there are people that are going to be like, whatever, it's not so bad, and there's going to be people that are like, you shouldn't fucking do that, you shouldn't be here, go home. And yeah, I did what I could about the Dr. Insano thing. Yeah, I left a message asking him to take it down. And that's the thing, like, I'm not Spoony, I can't go take that down off of someone else's thing, so I just don't have it on my stuff. And every time somebody brings it up, I always talk about how I don't think rape jokes are funny, and I'm sad that I allowed myself to be a part of a video that involved a lot of rape jokes, because I was hoping it was gonna get my fucking fame up. It was literally a, like, you want to be a star, don't you, kind of moment. Like, I didn't agree with anything that was happening on set, but I acted the part, and I I worked with goddamn Nostalgia Critic crew back in the day. several times. I did a bunch of content with them, and now I just don't talk about it anymore. I don't promote it. I don't link it. I don't share it because that's... Ugh. I want to be a part of that community now. It's a lot of really ugly shit that went down. I still talk to atop the fourth wall guy every now and then. What's his face? With the magic gun. Because he got out. He left the Nostalgia Critic people. Channel Awesome. Yeah. You did look crazy uncomfortable the entire time. Yeah. And yeah, Linkara, yeah. That's just like... Ugh. That whole thing, yeah. Linkara, that was it, yeah. Lewis Lovehog. Yeah, he's still good people. He's cool. And yeah, Tom, he's an evil genius white. Like, I keep forgetting that he used to be Channel Awesome. Fucking, I don't know if Birdman was Channel Awesome once upon a time, but like, I still chat with some of these people sometimes. And then like, yeah, most of the Channel Awesome people left because of everything. And, like, I don't want to get too much into it, but, like, there's a very cool video that I made with Mars Girl and Justin Carmichael, but I took that video down, and I can't put it back up again because some shit went down with Justin Carmichael, and now I'm not going to do that now. Like, I'm not putting that up. Officially, Camry, Captain Awesome retired. Like, I have his cape on my wall. He's retired. Unofficially, we had creative differences in the writing room that kept coming up over and over again. He made a few attempts to move forward with projects that I did not approve, that I specifically unapproved, that I was not approving of, that I was like, I don't like this idea, I don't think this is cool, like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. He wanted to write, like, an Infinity Stone arc. He was like, yeah, everybody's got these magic gems, and that's what gives them a whole bunch of stuff, and then Doc's got to collect all the magic gems, and it's got to do all these things, and then he was in the process of, like, writing himself out, because he didn't want to do Captain Awesome stuff anymore. And I was like, okay, cool, and we can have, like, a big, like, sort of death thing for him, and that'll be fine. Yeah, the shit what happened with Justin Carmichael was insane. Yes, it was, Rainer. It was just 6 kinds of tragic from every angle, and I just... Bleh. Yeah, no, the Channel Awesome just got fucking nuts, and I just don't associate with that anymore. But yeah, so we had some creative differences. The guy who was playing Captain Awesome and I. And then I put up the, like, Death of Dr. Holocaust and Rise of Dr. Terawatt, and he showed up to the premiere of the Rise of Dr. Terawatt and gave me his cape and was like, I'm out. Because he disagreed with what I was doing with the character that much. So he just quit and, like, gave me the cape and then walked out. And I was like, okay. Like, anybody who was at that con, when I showed it at Con Bravo that year, will remember very clearly that that's what was going on. So it sucked. But, like, yeah, you won and stole his cape because you won. He retired. Yeah, basically. Like, I wear it on my wall as a trophy that I continue to be Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius. So it was fun. Like, I liked it. It's just, he and I had a lot of creative differences, so we went our separate ways. And that was it. Yeah, as a Toku Kamen Rider fan, it still sucks to know, yeah, what happened to Justin. It also sucks to know what Justin did to some people. So, like, I didn't take it down after what happened to him. I took it down when I found out what he did to other people. So I just didn't want to be a part of that anymore. And I wasn't going to believe or disbelieve anybody. I was just going to take the video down and move on with my life. That's it. And which sucks because it was like one of the biggest labors of love that I put on that channel. It blew my fucking mind. Stuff that was revealed about him after his death. Yeah, it was just nuts. Yeah, the past happened. Future beckons. Walk on and keep your chin up. And that's the plan. Like, I'm still going to keep creating content here. I'm just going to keep doing stuff. It's going to be fun. We're going to keep doing streams. We're going to keep doing videos. Villainous broadcasts, as it were. I still want to make more like Warfront and Questions Friday videos, because I think that that's fun content within the canon and that I can create as the character that does not drain a lot of my resources, it doesn't drain a lot of my time, and it does not push or alter the narrative of the overall story that I want to tell in the animated series at all. So it lets me just do stuff. And I want to go still to cons and do panels and events and content there as well. But it's like, it's a full-time job to do all this stuff. And until I make enough money on our Patreon to like secure my income every month, then I need to be careful. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with something to say right now, but all of this is either out of my range of experience or far from parts of the world that I aren't in. Which is, yeah. Cough, I'm in Central European doll. Jeez. Oh, well, there, yeah. That's okay. I mean, you can still be here, still listen, still be a part of the community. Question, going forward, what are you going to do with the character of Terra, considering her actress left? Just cast someone else. Like, Terra was always a character in the series, but I had never cast anyone to play that character. And I thought that casting this certain individual to play that character would have been a good idea, because I was under the impression or the imagination that that person was A, going to be around a long time, and B, not going to seriously fuck me over. Being as none of those things were true, I am going to be recasting that actress, I imagine, somewhere down the road. It'll be a good time. Acts like the news anchor. What's your closest to research plans for your Brave New World? I mean, the Phoenix virus was the thing that we pretty much have hammered out. It's just a matter of funding, or lack thereof. Doctors, let me say I kind of wish you'd have a stream like this one once a month or something, just sitting and talking and getting past the you that is on and getting to know a bit more of the you, even though I understand now that there's a bit of being you being on because, well, stream. Well, yeah, there's like I want, and this is yeah, beta 6. I want you to understand something. There is no version of me that is genuine. Understand that every version of me that everyone has interacted with, no matter how intimate, has been a percentage fabricated. That, like, some of it is very little, some of it is a lot. But I put on a face for everyone. That is a thing. And a lot of people will be like, but I know who you are. It's like, you don't in its fullest extent. There's a lot of stuff that I do, like, privately, that I keep to myself. And that's a vibe. Yeah, that's true of everybody. Like, but a lot of people like to think, though, that because they watch me a lot on content, or because they've seen me a lot at cons, or because they hang out with me a lot and stuff like that, that they know me. And the truth is, Rainer, what's left of my family, even yes. We all wear masks. And it's like, we all wear masks sort of thing. It's just, I put on a lot of face for people because I deal with a lot of anxiety, which I have under control. Like, I'm taking my medications and I'm taking good care of myself. But, like, I deal with a lot of stress that I don't want to put on other people, so I don't talk about that stuff. People ask me how I'm doing, I say I'm doing fine or I'm busy, which is both true. It's just, like, I deal with a lot of stuff on my own personal time, and I have a lot of facets of my life that are all disconnected with each other. Like, I have a lot of friends that don't know I do this, and I have a lot of friends that only know me from this. So I just like to keep people separate, and I like to do my own things, and it's fine. But a lot of people, because they consume a lot of the content, or because they see me at cons and stuff, want to say that they know me, or that they're my friend, or use my first name, and I don't approve of that. Like, when people from Channel Awesome, back before things got fucking ugly, were coming to cons, people would be walking up to characters like Linkara and using his first name. They'd be like, oh, hey, Lewis, like, what's going on? And he's just like, like, I don't, it's impolite, because, like, you don't know me. So, like, using my real first name in a context at a con, like, even if I have met you before, like, please don't do that, because A, that's not who I am right now, I'm playing a character, and B, like, you don't know that person, so you're not allowed to address me like that. And it gives you, like, and a lot of people want to do that because they want to feel that feeling that, like, they know that person. And they're like, oh, but I know you, though. I watched a lot of your show, and I'm like, I see you at cons, and we've hung out at cons together. Like, we're friends. Like, yes, we are acquaintances, I'm going to say. We're not like friends. I'm not going to do that. We're acquaintances. Like, I'm a creator, and you're a fan. And that doesn't mean that we can't have a good relationship in that regard, but that does not make you my friend. I have very few friends, because I just like keeping my circle of people that I have close to me very small, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, if I'm not wearing a name tag, don't. Yeah, like, just leave it alone. Just, like, please. It's one of those, and yes, I appreciate that people call me Doc. And I introduce myself that way to people when I just like, hi, my name is such and such, but most folks call me Doc. And then I move on with what I'm doing because A, my name is hard to pronounce for people, and B, I just prefer it. I prefer people to see me as a character or a pseudo persona because, I mean, it's very close to home. I'm like 50-70% this character. So it's fine. Explains how you get in character so fast and easily. Man, I would never have known. And that's it. It's I just like on, off. And it's one of the reasons why I live alone. Is because I like when this is over, I can shut this off, and then I can just be me alone in a room. That the person that I am when I'm alone here is just for me. it's just for me to have. It's not for anyone else. It's just me. And that's why usually on stream and at cons, I always try to just refer to you as Doc. Yeah. It would be like calling someone by their real name while on set. Yeah. It's just like while you're on stage or something like that. Just like just let them be a character. Like. And it's also one of the reasons why I do this, because I can comfortably get into a character I can be on while I'm on air, and it's more comfortable for me to interact with people like this than to try to interact with people very genuinely. Because the very genuine version of myself doesn't interact with people very well. So doing this is easier for me. And it's more enjoyable for other people as well. Like, it's more enjoyable for you guys at home to be interacting like this than other things. That being said, Calendros, I'm glad that you brought that up, because that is one of the things that we are slating on the back end to be something that we can do on Patreon. Patreon allows for streams. We are going to be allowing, because we're not going to be doing it here on Twitch, we're going to be doing it on Patreon for people who are of a certain tier. Once a month, we're going to be doing just a real ass stream, just getting together, hanging out, doing it. And that's it. That's it. Like, I just talk about the real life shit, man, and, you know, answer questions, do an AMA, just like answer all the questions, do what I need to do. It's all good. I'm gonna do some quick math here. Yeah, well, I mean, even the best of days we don't have that many people, but fingers crossed. Yeah, so it's like, it's one of those things that, yeah. I do wonder if that means you've ever not your character, even when alone. Yeah, no, Dev. Oh, Keldaka, sorry. Your names are both purple, and they both are relatively the same length, and start with Cal. So I just memory. When I'm alone, Dev, I'm a different person. I have a version of myself for my family. I have a version of myself for my friends. I have a version of myself for my fans and on my community. And I have a version of myself for when I'm home alone. Altercation with who, Camry? Kalendaka. Yeah, well, that's, again, Officer Lin, I need to take off the website because it's the same thing, just had some creative differences and went separate ways. So that is a person I have to take off. It's just one of those people I have to remove. And it's people that, like, wanted to be a part of the show and bring their own ideas to the thing, but didn't want to, like, pursue the narrative that I had constructed or even assist in that. Like, they wanted to add their own sub-narrative to what I was already telling, which was frustrating. And like exclusively that, like it didn't interact with or enhance or in any way enrich the story that was being told. It was like bringing in a second protagonist to a show that already has one. It would be like in fucking Supernatural, where they're like, there's these two brothers hunting monsters, and here's a third brother who has their own story and is not at all almost related or involved whatsoever to the characters here. I was like, eh. So yeah. And that's the thing. I remember your real name, Tonberry, and it freaks you out when I use it. It's funny. Oh yeah, everybody's got multiple versions of themselves. It's not a question of how different these versions are. No, precisely. Like, it's just that a lot of people want to claim that they know a most genuine version of myself, and I just want to let people know that that is not the case. That I put on a face for everybody, to an extent. Some people less than others. And I'm not gonna, like, tell who's got the most genuine version of me. I'm just gonna ask that people enjoy my company or not. That's all. Like, you pain in the butt, yeah, well. It suits her better in my head. Oh, me too, but, I mean, if she wants to be called Tonberry Queen, then that's all fair and good. But yeah, there's like people that came in, like, the Savage Bandito. I don't do content with him anymore because I disagreed with some things that he was doing. The Ninja with a Soul Patch. We don't do content with him anymore because I disagreed with some things that he was doing very adamantly. Fucking Captain Awesome and Officer Lynn, I'm going to be removing because I don't agree with a lot of the content that they like, or like we had creative differences on what we think this show should be about and who we think this show should be about and how it should be told. So we're just going to be removed. Like, we have all decided that we are just going to go our separate ways, and I'm going to be removing their content from the website as soon as I can. Like, yeah, before I met Doc, I was one of those people that would try everything to get noticed online. Thankfully, by the time I started working more with Doc, I developed an understanding of the proper etiquette when working with other content creators. Yeah, and it's just like, you know, it's, if you are assisting them in their show, it's their show. Like, I've done a lot of stuff with, like, Channel Awesome, not all of it terrible content, but, like, when I was doing stuff to assist with other people, they would be like, this is a script I wrote, here's the lines I wrote for your character, what do you think? And then I was literally just there to act and to advise a little bit. So I thought I was, like, gonna, you know, like, I'm not writing anything, I'm consulting only on the script. And then I would sit down and I would do my best sort of presentation, my best performance on the lines given. And then I would send that footage off and hands are clean. I'm out. That was a lot of my stuff with them, was working remotely because a lot of them are in the States and I'm in Canada. So yeah, we didn't actually like get together to physically film a lot of stuff. So like it's nice, but the days of YouTube collaboration are pretty much over. Like, there's not a lot of, like, the top, 1,000 people that make very good content on YouTube, or not make very good content, but have a lot of subscribers on YouTube, are pretty much going to be the same people no matter what happens. YouTube does not get a lot of, like, breakout, oh my god, this person just got 1 billion subscribers overnight kind of stuff. It still gets some stuff like that, but not nearly as much as it used to. And it's hard to get content out for people in that regard. It's hard to get paid now on YouTube because YouTube has allowed a handful of people to be partner, and they keep moving the goalposts with how they measure, what's the word I'm looking for? How they measure, like, income and payout to their partners and stuff like that. So I have long since given up trying to make money with them, and I'm just doing my own thing now. There's people like Corridor Digital, there's people like Node, there's people like Game Grumps that still get like big income from doing videos on YouTube and all the videos that they make and release, and that's how they pay their bills. And that's fine, but like I cannot be that person. I'm never going to be that person. I'm never going to be making enough money on YouTube to suddenly be able to pay any bills. That's never happened for me, so, like, don't worry about it. I just make content that is fun, and I keep doing things. Yeah, fortunately, that shouldn't be a problem with the GSA. Yeah, we're working on our own comics, so we have our own media for the stories that we want to tell. And there you go. And that's another thing. Like, if we do sign it together and we decide that, like, the GSA is going to be something that's a part of the official Dr. Terawat canon, then every time you guys are writing content that involves Evil Inc. or characters that are a part of this universe kind of thing that I'm working with on a narratives prospect, then you would have to come to me and be like, this is what we're doing with the characters, is this okay? To which then I could, like, put stamps on stuff and be like, that's good, that's not. And then inversely, when I turn around and, like, if I ever get this to an animated series and we got this on fucking Netflix or whatever, then if we're doing GSA stuff at that point, then I would turn back to you guys and be like, okay, so, like, let's talk, how we want to include the GSA with this show, and go from there. Like, this was originally supposed to be a webcomic. Back when webcomics were in their fucking heyday, like fucking Control-Alt-Delete and 3-Panel Soul and Penny Arcade and Looking for Group and Least I Could Do. Like, I know Lar D'Souza. He is a friend of mine. My brother's widow and him went to school together and were, like, really good friends, and so I met him, like, sort of inadvertently. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. So we're going to be wrapping up relatively soon, but I want to answer a few more questions because as I'm doing this, I'm getting a little bit of energy. Yeah. Yeah, friend, yeah. Like, we hang out outside of cons and stuff. Or at least we used to. That was, like, forever ago. Yeah, ironically, that's not how you say her name either. You just give up correcting people forever ago. The singer, I mean. Yeah, online content has really changed over the past few years. Yeah, we've gone from people making characters to review classic games and stuff to doing skits and overarching stories to today where everything is very bite-sized content. Yeah, like people made personas and characters that they would use to then review movies and video games and then would create an overarching narrative with that character for some reason with like evil versions of themselves or some other like contrived trite whatever. But people fucking ate that up because it was small town homemade content that wasn't like, it didn't reek of big budget Hollywood trash. So people liked that stuff. They ate it up. It gave people a sense of community as well because they could interact with the creators because the person who's on screen is the creator. And they could just be like, yeah, review Sonas. That was the shit, man. Back in the day. It's just, And yeah, Cutie, like, I know that you still want to work with a comic, and I also would still like this to be a comic at some point as well, but it's one of those, like, where am I going to take this character? How am I going to tell this story? Because we could do this as a webcomic, we could do this as a physical comic, but both of those mediums right now are dead. Physical comics are really only for Marvel and DC, and the companies that work beneath them. And even then, like, I have been to school on how to write comic books and series, and it is a machine. Same thing as television. It is a machine. Every issue of the comic has to start exactly this way. It has to have exactly these things in it and has to end exactly this way. And if you think, oh no, but this comic is different, it's not. It still plays within the exact same formula that every comic follows. There is a handful of comics that don't do that, and that is like the web comics that were still made by small-time people. Yeah, people still do it, it's just not as successful. And that's the thing, like, doing webcomics is still a thing that's happening, but it is not a big thing that's happening. So there exists an extremely high probability that we make, like, the world's best comic, and we put it up online, and we print it, and we get a printing house to actually sign up for us and sell it at comic shops, and it flops. It does nothing for us. It goes nowhere. So, and yeah, even Crunchyroll's adapting to webtoons. Yeah, Dark Horse and Boom Studios seem to stay above the water nowadays. Dark Horse is owned by DC. That's why. Like, Dark Horse is a subsidiary of DC Comics. So yeah. And I did enjoy those single-page comics that you had. Yeah, I actually found the Ducks one while I was cleaning my apartment today. It's good! And it's like, there are still webcomics that are successful right now, but it is a hard market to get into. It was a much easier market to get into back when it was really picking up, because people would be like, there was a huge community of people online that would be searching for another webcomic, searching for the next one that was really going to pick up and really do well, and you could put ads on every page, and you could make money doing that. Like, people made money selling merch and getting money from ads, from Google AdSense and stuff. Like, that was a thing that used to happen, but now so many people are doing it that it's like wanting to get into radio. Like, people still have jobs in radio, but it's not the thing right now. Actually, I think I've read Tower of God, now that you say that. Yeah, comic would probably be the best, would probably be best as a side thing if Marvel or DC offers to partner with you, if the web series doesn't sell well. That's the thing. The animated series that I want to do, if I do the comic first, and I do like a few issues of the comic, it makes it much easier to pitch to an animation studio. To be like, this is our company, these are the people we have working for us, here's the content we've produced already, here's all of these like live events that I've been doing, and the live streams I've been doing as the character, and all this other stuff. We want to make this an animated series. Like, people like it. It just needs exposure. So they'll be like, cool, we'll, give you this much budget, we'll give you this animating team, and we'll give you these guys to write with you, and in return, you have to produce this many episodes in this much time, and then we're good. We'll put it up on Netflix, or we'll throw it up on Hulu, or wherever it decides to get picked up after that, because you shop it around, and then, ta-da, you have a series. And then you go from there, and if it does really well, like, if there's a ton of fucking hype for it online, then, like, yeah, an animation studio needs to know that they're not wasting time. Correct. They need to know that whatever it is that you're pitching to them is going to do well, and if me, penniless Doc, wants to go to them, even with a good comic that's doing well, like, they're still going to sit there and be like, I don't know. Because, like, with how well Hellboy did, like, Dark Horse Comics' Hellboy was doing famously well, and then they did a movie with Ron Perlman in it, and then they turned around and were like, we could do an animated series about this, and the fucking producers were like, I don't know, it's not popular enough. I don't know if people would pay to see that. Nah, I don't think so. Nah, get out. And that was the end of it. And now there's no more, like, Hellboy animated series. They did a few episodes of a thing called Screw on Head, The Amazing Screw on Head, which was, like, Mike Mignola, and it was awesome. But they did a few episodes, and it just fucking fell under the rug, man. It disappeared. That was the end of it. So, it's one of those, yeah, people used to form comic communities that all linked to each other, etc. too. Oh god, yeah, back in the day. Yeah, I think Marvel will be harder than DC, because I remember a long, ruining Spawn character that went to Gardens, and they did nothing with her for years. Yeah. And then David Harbour's Hellboy went and put the last nail in the coffin. Like, that Hellboy movie, it wasn't good, but I mean, it wasn't bad. I watched it, and I didn't like it, but I didn't dislike it. I thought it was okay. I liked the way that Hellboy looked, more than the Ron Perlman one. I thought that the Hellboy that they did in this looked better. I thought that they were telling a bit more of a closer story to the original comic than that. But, yeah, Critical Role decides to make a web series. Producers don't think it'll do well. Go to Kickstarter. Gets fucking, $30 million funding in a day. And that's just it. But, I am not Critical Role. I'm not Matt Mercer. As talented and charismatic as I like to think that I can be at times, I'm not that guy. And he literally had the ability to do all that stuff because he voiced a ton of shit for Blizzard, as well as a bunch of other stuff, and had enough money coming in that he could do this on the side and not worry about starving. He could build a room and have, a team of 20 people behind the scenes, changing between cameras and playing with the levels on each of, many expensive boom mics that they have, set up above the thing. Just tons and tons of money money, 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 money going into that. That I just don't have. I just don't have that. So yeah, Matt Mercer. It's high noon. Like he fucking yeah. Will that 30 mil be enough though? Like that's also true. Like if you wanted to do an animated series of Critical Role, um, they were like, "Yo, yeah, no, we raised $30 million in a day, even 3 million. If it was 30 million, wouldn't matter. 30 million is a lot for a project. 3 million might not be enough. Yeah, they talked to an animation studio though and got quoted around like 11 million. And then got way more. Or they talked to an animation studio and quoted like and got quoted about 3 million and then made that money in a day. And then started adding on stretch goals and stuff like that, which was going to cost them more money, but then they would spend the money that they got from the stretch goals on that thing, blah blah blah. Yeah, fan funding is great, but it really limits your budget, especially after Kickstarter and all of the other people take their cut from the funding. Not only that, but you get all that stuff, right? Like, you get all that money. Even if it's like, here's your $30 million up front or whatever, then, like, you have to spend that. Oops, I hit the mic. You have to deliver, and because people paid for it up front, means that they're not going to be paying for it when it happens. It is what they call front-loading your money. So what you would normally do is go to a producer and say, I need $3 million to make this show. And they say, okay, I'm going to give you $3 million to make this show. And then when the show makes money, you have to pay me back 6. And they go, okay. And then you work your ass off and hope that that's enough money and you make that money back. And that's how producers make money. Like, they invest in a project and then hope that that project pays dividends. So that happens. If they're smart, producers will be like, yeah, I'll pay you this $3 million now, but then going forward, after you pay me back the $3 million, you have to pay me a percentage of all your earnings from like merch and XYZ going forward. That's typically how that works. That the producer always takes a cut of whatever you take after that. Going to something like Kickstarter means that you got all this money for this project, but it's all up front. So the amount of money that you could make in addition to this money here, all of this money that you now have in your hands, you put into the project, and it makes the project. And the project is now done, and all that money is now gone. All of the people who paid for it up front. So now your ability to make money off of it going forward from that point, once the project is finished, is extremely limited. And it makes it very hard to continue, right? So it's its own thing. Ugh. Very tired. It is 10:15. I might wrap this up. Sorry, I'm just double checking something here. There we go. Okay. I just got like text walls from a few people. Yeah, and a completion guarantee should be sitting there in case the spending overages you don't see coming. Yeah, if you run out of cash, you run out of cash, and the avalanche comes down. Well, I mean, that's what happened with us. We did a big Kickstarter thing to make the new armor, and then I got a bunch of the parts for it, and then a bunch of that money had to be spent on medical expenses, because I got very sick. And we lost a lot of the funding that we needed to complete the armor. So now I'm sitting on like several boxes of armor plates and LED strips and like custom made Krypton infused plasma tubes and like a bunch of other shit that I want to make but can't because I'm still missing like $2,000 worth of funding that I need to finish it. And especially in today's climate, like, I can't go out and get a lot of the parts that I need right now, because a lot of those businesses that used to give me the shit I needed in order to make this thing are closed. So, like, and I appreciate that, Kara, thank you. Thanks, Raider. You guys are good. You guys are nice people. and I appreciate you guys. Yeah. But yeah, it's just one of those. It's one of those things, dude. Boop. But I think this was good. Yeah, what set of items, materials, parts are you missing? A bodysuit, first and foremost. We needed a, I think it's like a Preon or whatever they call that. It's a lot of the same materials that they use to make wetsuits. We needed neoprene, I think. We needed like a custom bodysuit made from that material at a certain size, and then I need to like melt plug holes into a bunch of stuff and put snaps on it so that it can attach, and then I gotta program a bunch of Adreno chips and like set up a backpack power source thing. There's a bunch of lithium-ion batteries that I needed to buy that I don't have the money for. I had the money enough for one so that I could run tests, and then I ended up putting that into some of our ray guns that we had, and it's like, I got all these bins full of parts that I can just make ray guns with and send them out. But a lot of people were promised things like, you know, the postcards and calendars and stuff when they donated to our Kickstarter, but it didn't happen. Like, the project failed, so I wasn't able to follow through with all that stuff. That being said, I still have like a Excel sheet with everyone who donated, the address information that they sent me for if, you know, I was going to mail them something, and how much they donated and what they got for donating. So I have that list, and one day I hope to complete that list. I hope to send those people those things, but it's just, I have to deal with what's right in front of me right now, today. And right now in front of me today, gotta pay my rent. So here we are. So yes, thank you everyone for coming on out to our live stream. This has been, this was a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be, and I'm definitely going to use this as one of our Patreon things to be like, once a month you can just have a little stream with Doc. You can just hang out and we'll just chat about stuff. It'll be cool. Patreon uses a different program though, so I'm going to need to learn to use another streaming software, but that's fine. But until then, my bravest citizens, tomorrow I don't know what I'm streaming. I need to decide what we're doing for that. I'll probably put a vote up for it. It's likely going to be more Final Fantasy because I need to get through that soon so that we can get to like Titanfall and XCOM and stuff like ASAP. So yeah, the Dawn sends its regards. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Vince. So thank you everybody for coming back, for hanging out with us, for having a good time. We will see you all tomorrow on our next live stream. But until then, I am Toronto Trader, supervillain, and evil genius, Dr. Terrawat. This is our Layer 4.0, and we'll see you next time. End of line.